Hello again. I'd like to talk about some ways to help your meditation be better. And I think I'd like to start off by saying that the purpose of meditation is to help you realize God. Even mantras that are designed to get you wealth and fame also help to exhaust that desire for wealth and fame. How do you see God anyway? God is all around us. You don't see him or her or it in any particular way right now. The reason you don't see God as God, but see it as this world, is that you impose an image on this world and call that the world. In reality, what you see as the world is really God. So the mantra is supposed to help you see this. If God's already here, the only way the mantra can really help you is by removing your incorrect perception of the reality around you. That's what the mantra is supposed to do. So if the mantra is supposed to remove your imperfections in your vision of God, that means in substance that your desires have to change and become less. Because desires are what makes your world. You get hungry, you want food to end your feeling of hunger, so you go to the fridge. Your desire has brought the fridge into your vision or into your world. So let's talk a little bit about how the mantra helps to control the mind. Essentially, the best way to use a mantra is to substitute a desire to see God in place of all the other desires. Make the wave of your desire to see God so large that your other desires become small and get swallowed up into that desire to see God. That's what happens. Along with the mind is the breath. And there's an intimate connection between the mind and the breath. There's a particular science of the breath called Pranayama that helps you realize God by stopping the mind, by putting a brake on your breathing. This is a fairly detailed science, but you can start with the breath. Watching the breath, that's one type of meditation. Trying to determine when the change from one nostril to the other, and there's a special time of day called the Sandhya. That's both when the sun rises and when the sun sets. There's other things that help the mind as well, is to have mental and personal cleanliness. If the breath is so important, you should make sure that you don't have a cold or can get rid of one quickly. When you're meditating, it's better to meditate the same time every day, in the same place, and do nothing else there. When you sit down in that spot, after a while, your mind knows that it has to do things and behave in a different way. So if you're going to have to choose between doing half an hour one day or 10 minutes every day, it's better to do 10. Because the mind begins to recognize the pattern even before you go there. To recap, there's a particular time of the day called Sandhya. You should meditate every day. It's better to do 10 minutes of meditation than 20 minutes every other day. You should have the same place. You should sit upright. Your breath should flow easily. You can watch the breath. There are techniques to do that. When you do the meditation and use the mantra itself, there are aids to doing it. You should bring your emotion into it. You should feel happy that you're saying the mantra. When you say it monotonously, over and over again with your mind drifting off, your mind is acting like a audio recorder. It's the emotion that fires the mantra. Thank you so much.